Good morning, everyone. I'm Susan Finch, and I'm here with Ian, and we have Mike Blumenthal with us. Last time, I rattled a bunch of nickels. This time, I'm showing you the dollar because those nickels for this pain have converted to dollars for me because so many of you feel the pain, and so many of us, well, not a lot of us, as Mayana Stevenson said last time, won't touch this with a 10-foot pole. We are talking about the detangling of Google today and how to find yourself locally, know what's out there, and how to clean it up perhaps, and some great tools. But before we get there, we need to talk about what happened before all that. So Mike, welcome. We are so glad that you're here. And hey, Stephan, do you want to say a quick hello to everybody?
Yeah, hi everybody. Thanks again for having me. Well, for doing this together with me, Susan. This has been really great. I hope you guys were able to catch the last one with Anna Stevenson. We talked a lot about transitioning to new providers and things that you need to be aware of. So some great knowledge in there. And we're like beyond thrilled. Susan and I have like totally nerded, geeked out here to have Mike Blumenthal with us. It's clearly one of the most respected and well-known experts in local search. The guy knows everything there is to know, doesn't pull any punches, so this is going to be a great discussion about the, kind of wrapping your arms around this. And I think with that, thank you again, Mike, for joining us. And yeah, let's dive in, right? Let's talk about sort of how local search
Let's
has
deal with the
evolved.
first myth that I am somehow a guru, right? That's the first myth
Oh,
we've got
oh,
to like
I
squash
didn't like that
right
word.
in the beginning, right? So idiot savant, perhaps that would be more appropriate. Some people affectionately refer to me as Professor Maps, but when I ask them why, was it because I am so, instructive and I can teach people so well, or is it because I'm so pedantic and, they say yes, right? So if anybody who looked at maps and local as much as I did didn't know something, then you'd have a problem. I spend my whole day staring at the damn stuff. So, at the end of the day, you better know something. If you don't, then you'd have a problem. And if somebody spent as much time as I did at this, they'd be just as good as I am. So the only difference between me and you or anybody else is the time we've devoted to a given project. So I just want to be sure everybody gets that there's no difference top to bottom. It's all.
So yeah, Mike, why don't we dig into the sort of the evolution of, because you made a great point right before we went live about where Google search has, or rather local search has evolved, and let's talk a little bit about the importance of that because I think it's something that we need to know before we really get into some other topics.
So, I started in local search actually back in the Yellow Page days, right, when I ran a small business. And when Google came out with local listings in 2004, 2005, I threw away my Yellow Page books. And for me, it was an epiphany that we would be able to look up any town, any business from any place. And so at that time, though, from 2005 to 2011, Google handled local search as a search result. Every 6 weeks, they would literally reconstitute the world of both geography, of places, and of business listings. They would take all the data they had about a given business or on a given phone number, a given address, and cluster it using web technology. It was tremendously resource intensive, and the problem was while it was more accurate than what the Yellow Pages did, it created these sort of weird merged listings where one hotel would merge to another. So there was a lot of dissatisfaction in the business community at that time. So 2010, Google bought Metabase, which is the foundational uh, database for plus and places. It allows people to create relationships between the entities of the world, the people, the personas, the Google profiles, the things, the brands, the places that exist in reality, are the things, the canyons and the roads, and the places, i.e. the business. And places have always had a special sort of meaning to Google that even, where they think that Google feels a strong obligation to get every place in the world accurate. So when they brought places into Plus, you have to remember Maps is a directory environment, Plus is an advertising environment. It's all different sets of rules. So merging these two was a complicated process, and that process has been going on for 2.5 years. And it's from my point of view, even though not pleasant from a business point of view, one of the great technical pivots of all time. I mean, Google basically driving this bus down the road of delivering business listings and search results, changed out the engine, changed out the tires, repainted the damn thing, and even, had sort of musical chairs on the bus, all the while moving down the road to get to where we are today, which is pretty near a functional working solution. And only a few people fell off the bus, not too many. A couple got run over, but hopefully they can get back on the bus. But it's an amazing technical pivot to move from a web technology, web search indexing technology, to a database technology, and they had to build all new underlying structures, underlying architecture, all new pipelines to move data into this thing, as well as new user interfaces for businesses to add their data to it. And like I said, local is a little different than the other entities. Google doesn't really care if you, unless you're, obviously, and plus they care if you're talking about sex, alcohol, or guns, right? But in places they care about the accuracy of your physical data, and so there's different standards that they have basically merged together to come to bear in what's now people, places, and things, right? Which basically profiles place page or plus pages for business, my business stuff, and brand pages, local pages. So, but it's an amazing transition, and I've watched it sort of from the sidelines, close to it. I'm a Google top contributor, and so that's allowed me to see both the pain and get a little bit more detail back from Google about what's going on. They're mostly there. They've made a huge, huge change, and now with my business, I think we can hopefully move forward instead of 2 steps back and 2 steps sideways, 1 step forward.
Find you. We want everybody. But we are
do
so
a Google
glad
search, for Christ's sake. Do a Google search. That's how you find, right? Isn't that how everybody gets found these days?
That's right.
So true. So true.
I hang out in the Google. I hang out at local U forums. My email is mike@blumenthals.com, localu.org, blumenthals.com/blog. I'm pretty accessible. I try to make myself accessible.
I prefer this. Yeah, just Google you, and
Right.
we'll have lots of choices wherever we feel like connecting with you. Stephan, how can everybody find you?
Yeah, you could do that too. Although you may find my great grandfather, or references to him. I'm still working on capturing page 1 for my name, but yeah, I'm here mostly on Google Plus or Twitter at Stephan Hov. Stephan Hov is sort of where I exist socially. That's what the name, the handle I've been trying to claim. But also, real quick though, I want to give a plug, a shameless plug for a service Mike put together called get5stars.com. Go check it out because it's a really unique way to do some best practice for reviews, to get reviews for your business, and it's a really cool product, and that's something Mike's been working on. I'm very excited about. So I just figured, hey, go check it out, and if it's right for you, work on that, because like we were talking about today, reviews are either positive or negative. They're important, and they help people make business decisions, and that's what we are all about here, doing business. So that's that.
Well, I want to thank everybody who came today. What a wonderful group. And I have to give a special shout out to Linda Bouquet, because thank you for all your contributions to the comment stream. There have been a lot of great ones, but she has chimed in and just jumped in and filled in our blanks for us today. So thank you, Linda. I'm Susan Finch. You can find me at SusanFinch.com, plus Susan Finch. Same thing, Google me. So we look forward to seeing you at our next If I Had a Nickel, and we will keep you posted as to what's coming up with that episode soon. Check out our past episode. It's in the details. Thank you again. We are so glad you joined us.